Welcome guys to episode 702 of Minecraft, and I'm using the Balkan's Weapon mod. Now this mod was one of the first pioneering mods in Minecraft where it actually included new weapons into Minecraft, and you can see that I'm holding a dummy and a newly included boomerang into the ranks of this mod, and it is actually quite cool. The physics of the dummy are absolutely amazing, and let's get into the 5 categories. This mod is split up into 5 categories. They're being melee, throwable items, weapons, other weapons, and also miscellaneous items. Now the first category we're going to take a look at is the melee weapons, which consist of the knife, the halberd, also the war axe, and also the war hammer. And these are sort of very lethal weapons of mass destruction. We're going to spawn a few villages and actually test out how delicious these tools are. Now here we have the knife, and it really does a little damage. It does half the damage of a sword and has half the durability as a sword, simply because the crafting recipe uses less resources. It just uses a stick and also an iron ingot. You can also change that to any sort of item. I have not enough items in here, and you can see that wherever I can locate a knife, you can have it all arranged from all the way from wood to actual gold and diamond armor. Same goes along with a lot of the other sort of tools that you can craft. Now we're going to take a look at the halberd, which is also a very scary, very long-range weapon, long-range melee weapon. You can see that I can hit him from over here, which is a kind of crazy distance because it is sort of like a longer spear. And over here we have the battle axe. It can be used as an axe to cut down trees and also slay down villages like so, and you can also muck around with this on the actual dummy, and I do believe the dummy can take a few punches itself. I'm not quite sure if it will actually explode and destruct itself, but we'll find upon later when we get into more lethal weapons. And same goes for the warhammer. It can't actually be used as sort of a axe to cut down trees, but it does a little bit more damage. So now we move on to the throwable weapons, and the first thing off is a sort of discrepancy how a spear was sort of in the melee item, so I switched it over to the throwable items because the way you use a spear is basically you're throwing it, and the next item looks identical, almost identical, is called the javelin, but he actually uses the drawback functions and actually shoots and projects a lot further than the actual spear. And we totally missed that villager. Let's see if we can get him. Oh dear, what is with aim today? Oh, there we go. I thought I missed him again. There we go, and 3 lucky. Oh god, that was a total miss. Oh god, these javelins do whatever they want. Alright, the trajectory is... I'm not moving my mouse. How do we kill this villager? He's a butcher, that's why. He can withstand anything. Oh god, he's crazy. There we go, he's finally passed away. Now, I'm not going to show you how to actually craft these because it will actually take too long to showcase, to craft every single one of them. But you can see that sort of cool backflip animation. I will try and throw it further. You can see that they sort of throw and do flips as you throw the dynamites. And I'm in creative mode, so I can actually destroy my world a little bit. And, oh, this is going to be fun. But this is sort of going to destroy the area I projected to have the rest of the showcase. Let's destroy this villager. No, yeah, okay, fine. Die! Die, villager! There we go. Good riddance to you. And we totally destroyed this area. The next item is the boomerang, and like I said before, it does come in from all shapes and sizes, basically through wooden to diamond, and you can see that it uses the bow technique of charging, and it actually comes back if it is successful. You can do a stupid throw like this. I do believe it should come back, but let's see what happens. Yeah, you can see that it wasn't trajectoried right. If you know how to throw a boomerang, you'll be sweet with throwing it. And let's see if you get hit it back, you actually recollect it. But I'm in creative mode, so that's why I didn't notice that I collected it back. Okay, so now we're moving on to the actual shooting weapons, and this is a musket. And oh dear, we shouldn't get too close. And you can see this is how you load the musket. It sort of uses the bow technique as well, and you have to sort of stall the shot. You can see that I'm gonna load a new bullet in, and there you go. It holds it like this, just a little flip, and then you have to draw it back to get all the power and fire away, and you have yourself a nice looking shot. Now I'm not quite sure how. I guess it wouldn't pick up all that audio so it wouldn't hurt your ears, guys. But here we have this is a bayonet or a musket, and this is a musket with a bayonet, and you can actually claw away with the bayonet and use it as a weapon, or you can actually even shoot it. But be warned, do not shoot. Oh god, what is happening? Be warned not to shoot near sort of villages, because you will actually try to do currency with them or exchange goods, which is kind of annoying. And let's go shoot this one. 3, 2, 1, fire! Alright, that's enough of the musket. There's a lot better shooting weapons out there, and here's a crossbow. And of course that villager had to walk a little bit too close, and the same sort of recipe or the same sort of technique of loading the weapon is like so. All you need to do is just let it flip, let it load, hold it down for a little bit longer, and the shooting rate isn't that fast actually, because you gotta sort of load it up, you gotta cock it, and then you gotta fire it. Alright, so here we have the next item being a blowgun, and I have all my weapons here. It uses muskets use musket rounds, and the crossbow uses crossbow bolts, and also the poison darts are associated with the blowgun. And basically with any good old sort of blowgun, they get poisoned with poison, and also that's an added effect also. And also it I keep on saying also, but you can see that it uses the same reload features, which can be kind of annoying, but gives it off sort of not a stale, but gives it off a more sort of realistic and not overpowered appeal to the actual shooting weapons. All right, and that villager is very withstanding. So what we're going to do is we're going to test out the shotgun and try and get a double kill. Okay, we didn't get a double kill. We got 1 kill and finish him off. There we go. Alright, let's blow this dummy's face off. Let's see if we can actually do that. Okay, he just took a little bit of a wibbly wobbly, but he did nothing. And the actual blunderbuss, I'm not quite sure if you pronounce that correctly, uses blunder shots. It's basically a shotgun. Now, moving on to the other weapons, I have here a fire rod. And, ooh, look at this villager. Look at him. I thought he was going to kill the cow for a second. Bad villager. Now, what this fire rod does is, as you can see, it sets the mob on fire, and they will actually produce the cooked product of the actual of the mob that you're trying to kill. That's why I went for the actual cow instead of the villager, and I have cooked steak for me, and we're gonna kill this villager basically, and he'll drop nothing because he's absolutely useless. We'll actually cook the chicken. We'll burn him alive, and he will give it. Actually, I haven't seen too many burning chickens before. That entity is very small of the fire sort of burning on the chicken. That was probably the first time I've actually noticed how small it is. But then moving on through the fire rod, the other miscellaneous item or the other weapons. This isn't the miscellaneous category. Is that we should actually be holding some gunpowder. If I can grab some gunpowder now and hold the right mouse button, and I'm in my cannon. Now, I do have to say the Ancient Warfare's cannon is a lot better than this cannon. You can see sometimes bobs up and down, and it's sort of stuttery like that. It just bobbed me up and down. And what we can do is, if you have to have gunpowder in your actual inventory, and you have to be holding the gun ball now, and we'll just get into first person view. We're gonna hold shift, and it shall fire away. Are you gonna fire? Nope. You're just gonna load. Well, we loaded one in. Is it going to fire? There we go, that fired. It takes a little bit of a while, and I have to say that it is kind of buggy, and the Ancient Warfare cannon is a lot better than this one, but the Ancient Warfare mod actually specializes in cannons and sort of toys like that other than weapons. Now, last but not least, the miscellaneous category only contains one thing, that is the training dummy, and you may have seen that I've been actually punching and abusing my dummies for quite a bit of substantial amount, and they haven't been exploding or doing anything. They haven't been breaking or anything. That is because if you set them on fire, they will break. That's the only way they will break, or if a creeper explodes them. That is the only way a creeper dummy will actually explode. And there is an actual limit on how much you actually spawn. You can't spawn on top of one another. I tried making a sort of dummy tower, but they just sort of stop spawning on one another, and they do that, which is kind of annoying. But I want to spawn massive dummy tower and see if they'll all wobble at the same time. Whoa! All right, here we go. We have one. Oh god, what is happening? Oh god, it may be working after all. I wonder how that happened. I guess I sort of pushed them up. Nope. All right. Okay. Okay, that was kind of crazy. Two of them did the same thing. I've never noticed that. Now, I rate this mod a 9 out of 10 Fruit Loops. At this stage of Minecraft mods, I would be expecting something a little bit better, something along the lines of the Ancient Warfare's mod, translated into weapons, that I was thinking, but it sort of hasn't matched itself. I know this mod has been around for a long time, and it sort of has stayed the same, which is also a good thing because people don't like change, but I would be suggesting that the mod developer might take a long look and reconsider the actual loading of the weapons and how the weapons look. I know that the portal gun has made a 3D portal gun, and that'll be pretty awesome to see some sort of weapons or guns look more 3D, and I've seen a couple of swords mods that look more 3D and actually transform, so that will be an awesome feature for a weapon to do so. And also the crossbow, it sort of looked like a bow, and that was kind of repetitive on how you shoot it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm sorry about my skin not being here. It is Minecraft's fault that actually the hosting server isn't actually up and running as of yet. So don't forget to rate the video, and as always, have a nice day.